What's good? It's your boy Demond in the building, man. We Talk Hawks TV. We Talk Hawks Daily. Want to do a quick rundown of the of our Atlanta Hawks uh cap situation heading into the 25-26 off season. I'm going to keep a lot of the stuff just general. Uh, if y'all want to get into the weeds with it, the details, we can do a stream and we can discuss that. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hype the video, hypes and likes. You feel me? Hypes and likes as we make our way to 10,000 subs. But let me get to it, gang. Um, Entering the 25-26 off season, the Atlanta Hawks, we got a lot of guaranteed money. And we got some free agents that we might or might not re-sign. Okay. Guaranteed salary on the books for next year. You got Jalen Johnson at 30 million, Nikhil at 15 million, Conwell 16 million, Coy Kispert 14 million, Zach 14 million, call it 14 million. Him and Corey like 13.9, 13.8, but we'll call it 14. Buddy Hill guaranteed, Buddy Hill at 9.6 million, but only 3 million is guaranteed until June 25th. You got Dyson Daniels guaranteed next year, 25 million. You got Asa Newell at 3. That's about what, 140-ish million. So just those players alone puts us above the projected salary cap for 25-26, right? Then you got team options. You got a $24 million option on Kaminga. You got a $2 million option on Mohamed Gay. 9 times out of 10, we will activate that team option. If not, negotiate a longer deal. And that's not necessarily to say that we keep Kaminga, but if the Hawks decided to move on from Kaminga, you get better return on a player that's signed for you get more return on a player like Kaminga, who got years on a contract, not just a rental, which he will be a rental. And a lot of teams won't give up a lot for just a rental player, even though the contract will be expiring. But 9 times out of 10, I say we activate the team option. Mo Gay, I'm not sure yet. I need to wait to see where we end up in the draft, what we do in the draft. Mo Gay been here for a minute now, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're not finna carry 4 bigs. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? We also got CJ McCollum, unrestricted, Gabe Vincent unrestricted, Jock Landale unrestricted, Bradley unrestricted, Keaton Wallace unrestricted. Don't see Bradley coming back. Don't see Gabe Vincent coming back. Keaton Wallace, I don't see him coming back. Might get CJ back, might get Landale back. Once again, with Landale, got to see what we do in the draft. How much is he looking for? Same thing for CJ McCullough. How much is CJ McCullough looking for? I don't think there's really any other teams out there that's going to offer him 20 mil under. I mean, regardless of reports saying, I mean, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. It's not too many teams that really got that cap just to take his salary in without a sign and trade. Excuse me, not a sign and trade, but well, yeah, it will have to be a sign and trade if they can't get him. If they can't take his 20 million absorb his 20 million in a cap. So yeah, it will have to be like a sign and trade if they don't have the cap space. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments below. But McCollum is a shot creator. Granted, he's 34 going on 35, but I mean, at this point right now, once again, like I said, depends on what we get in the draft. If you get shit, I'm still thinking. I mean, we still don't really have a shot creator out of the guard position. Dice is not a shot creator. Keaton Wallace not a shot creator. No, I mean, I'm got to be honest with y'all. He really is just a 6-man. So we don't. It just depends if we go guard. uh like a Fleming's DP, you can let McCullum leave, and you really shouldn't have that much of a drop off. But yeah, outside of that, yeah, it's kind of hard to let CJ go if you don't end up getting a guard in return out of the draft. And I mean, like a shot creator out of the draft, unless you need at least one of those guards got to do something. I mean, you can't have Dyson, a non-shooter, and who just setting screens, and then another guard who can't create nothing. Like that's crazy. Um, right now, right now we have $193 million worth of cap allocations. That includes everything. Okay, cap holds everything. We at 193, which will put you at 30. Now, when I say all the cap holds, now you know some of the cap holds, some of those players not going to get whatever their qualifying offer is and whatnot, stuff like that. Okay, so you're 38 million over the cap. You're 9 million which we're always over the cap, guys. The Hawks are always over the cap. We're just never in the tax. Okay, we are $9 million below the first apron. We're $21 million below the second apron. Okay, meaning we cannot create cap space. We will operate as an over the cap team using our trade exceptions. Okay, so obviously we're going to avoid taking on too much salary because we're not trying to hit that first apron or that second apron. Okay, long as we stay below the first apron, we got our non-taxpayer mid-level exception that y'all know is an MLE. We also have our biannual exception. Okay, so you can move off Buddy Hield. You could move off some of these players, man. You could put together some, but here's what I think, man. Hold up. And we're gonna bring. I think we're gonna act at a minimum. Kuminga gonna be a Hawk next year, whether it's they just activate the team option or they get him on a 1-year deal, right? Now we do have bird rights, okay, on McCullum, Kuminga, Nall, Akambu, and Kispert. So like with Kuminga, really it's really affects Kuminga and Nall. We can go over the cap to resign those guys, right? So that's a plus. That's just a different thing with a different strategy you have, a different tool that honestly has at his discretion, right? So here's the deal, gang. Y'all read what Mark Stein said. Not Mark Stein, but what's my boy from what's my guy name who be on the Stein line? Jake, is it Jake Fisher? Yeah, Jake Fisher. You heard what he said about the Hawks. From what he's hearing, that the Hawks are not going to make any major moves. Let me rephrase that. That the Hawks are not looking at making any major move or taking on any major salary. Now, I know a lot of Hawk fans are probably like, well, how we going to get better, Damon? Listen to me, gang. Listen. Okay. I don't know if y'all have heard me, but I've always said that honestly, this is the exact way I felt when we made that run to the conference finals, right? Just the exact same way I feel about when we made that run to the conference final. I don't believe Auncey thinks this team as good as our record says it is. Okay. You pull off 46 wins, but when you look at it and you break it down, you got to really be honest with yourself. Okay. When you're keeping it real as a fan, right? We, second half of the season, we had an easy schedule. We beat a lot of tanking teams, but to our credit, we beat teams we were supposed to beat, right? Even though they was tanking. You get to the playoffs and then you play a contender like the Knicks. And the last 3 games really, really exposed this the flaws within the team. Okay. And that's why I say I think what you saw in the last 3 games of the first round of the playoffs is what honestly really thought this team was when we traded Trae Young. Okay. Which I'm not mad at him. He's only been in charge for did he just hit a year, right? So I don't expect us to go out here and spend all this money. Okay, make all these moves. What I'd see is us using we using that Pelicans pick and that Cavs pick they will be used to draft young talent. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. You're not gonna trade for no Ant-Man. You're not gonna trade for no Giannis. Okay, throw that out. Don't even think about that. Okay, unless for some odd reason a team come just makes off honestly unless we get another Joe Dumars where somebody just makes you an offer that you just can't refuse. We're going to continue to build with the young guys that we have on the roster. I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all, so y'all don't be disappointed. Okay, we are not going to make no type of splash in free agency that's just gonna turn this team to some legit contender. Okay, when you look back at the roster, you're really keeping it real. You know, your core players outside of outside of CJ, all your players are young talent, and you gotta hope that they grow into the role. Right? You look at I know some of y'all, a lot of fans of Nah 20 what years old? He ain't 22. He not 24. He not 25. Right? Jalen Johnson, Zachary Ricochet, Jonathan Kaminga, Dyson Daniels, those four dudes, Ayeka Konwu, those dudes are all under 25. I think Jalen turned 25, this year, next year? But all those dudes are under 25. That's your core players. That's what Auntie is going to do. He's building around those guys. And depending on where this Pelicans pick land at, throw that guy in the mix. That's your young core. And he's just going to add pieces here and there, right? While staying flexible with the contracts. Okay. So I just don't want y'all to get too excited, man. When I read that by Zach, I don't know why I forget this dude's name, man. When I read that by Zach Lowe, not Zach Lowe. Dang, what? Not Zach Lowe, man. When I read that by Jake Fisher, I was not surprised. I was not surprised, man. He's trying to build a consistent winner. In order to build that consistent winner, you have to be able to draft good and develop good. And then you'll sprinkle a free agent here and there. You know, you look at the Oklahoma City model. Okay. I mean, you got to be, they got lucky. The Spurs got lucky. You do have to have some luck on your side. Spurs got lucky by getting a Wembanyama, right? With the number 1 overall pick. OKC got lucky by the Clippers giving them tons of pick and giving up on SGA and throwing them in the pick and throwing him in the trade for Paul George. So you got to get lucky somewhere. Hopefully the luck we get is with this draft pick. Maybe this pick is top 1, 2, or 3. Well, we could get a franchise game changer. Somebody who can check off one of the blocks, whether it's creation, distribution, whatever. You feel me? But don't get your hopes up, guys. Be prepared for a very non-exciting off season, but it will be a productive off season. You feel me? So I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here, family. This your boy Demond, man, for We Talk Hawks TV, man. Tap in with me, like and hype the video, comment, like, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 10K. Let me know. Do you agree? Do you disagree with the route that Aussie is going? If you disagree, why? If you agree, why? Let me know in the comments below, man. And I'm gonna tap in with you. It's your boy Demond, man. We out here. Peace.